My husband and I are entrepreneurs, and we have done 16 Disney cruises. And something we get asked a lot is the concierge level on the Disney cruise worth the cost? So let's break that down. So what do you get when cruising concierge? Let me start by saying we are not travel agents. So this is just us speaking from experience. First being obviously your room. Your room will be different. It's nicer. When you do concierge, depending on the ship and the level of concierge, it goes from being a little bit different to like 2-story suites. So the level of concierge definitely plays a factor in the room. There's a variety of just basic bedroom couch rooms to like one bedrooms to, like I said, multi-level. So the next benefit would be the concierge lounge. That's typically located right where your rooms are, and they have an open bar in the evenings. They have special snacks throughout the entire day that you can go and get. Areas to relax. You have your own pool and spa. You have early access to booking excursions or for signing up for events that are going up on the ship. You have early access to book a cabana if you would like before it opens up to everybody else, which is on their private island. You get free popcorn, and you get to go into the show early and get first pick of your seats. You have soda and water stocked in your room daily, which is really nice. It's one of those conveniences where you can go up a few floors to where the pool deck is and get fountain soda. But hey, if it's right there in your room, even better, or in the concierge lounge that you can get your drinks. And so depending on the level of concierge room that you have, there are some additional perks. So if you're in one of the nicer suites, they'll often also include a fine dining experience in your room because your room will have a dining room table in it. So that's pretty cool. We've been able to do that once. And then there's some additional perks for some of those higher level concierge rooms. But the concierge lounge is a lot of fun and a great benefit, as well as some of those others. Ooh, and my favorite being, you get early access on the ship, which is really nice. But even better than that is you get VIP access off the ship, and that you're not waiting in a big line to get off the boat. If you've ever done a cruise, you'll know you have to wait in that line to then get off the ship and get your luggage and whatnot. And they will take you right there where you need to get off the ship. I don't want to get off the ship, but I'd rather not have to wait in line. And so that's a nice benefit of the concierge. So those are some of the highlights of cruising concierge. The next question is it worth it? Right? How do you define value? Now, if you were to add up the costs of the free popcorn or the drinks or the open bar, would that equal the cost of what you're paying for concierge? No. So if that's how you define value, you probably would not find value in concierge. It's not going to be a dollar for dollar value. But if you're defining value by the experience or the convenience, then there definitely can be some value there. And it's hard because once you've done concierge, it's hard to go back. So sometimes you don't know what you're missing because you don't have it. And then once you have it, you're like, man, that was really nice having drinks in our room, or being able to get coffee in the morning right down the hall instead of having to go to the buffet that's just kind of chaotic in the morning. And so it really comes down to how do you define value. But if you're asking from a dollar to dollar perspective, that's not going to line up. When do we find it best to do concierge? So we do not sail exclusively concierge. There are certain cruises that we will only do concierge for. And for us, that comes down to how many sea days do we have. So you have some cruises where you don't even have a sea day, meaning that's a day where you're not at a port getting off of the boat. And so you may have back-to-back port days, or maybe you only have one sea day. Where we find the best value and where we prefer to cruise concierge is when we have multiple sea days. And that's because we feel like we can take more advantage of the concierge perks. If we're off of the boat the majority of the time, we just can't take advantage of them the same way. So for us, most of those have been the repositioning cruises that we have done. We've done a repositioning cruise from Florida to Puerto Rico. And that was, I think, maybe 4 sea days, and I think we had 2 stops. We've done transatlantic. Those are our favorite. And so we'll actually do nicer concierge rooms on those where they're typically, let's say, 13 nights. And out of that 13 nights, you're probably about 9 to 10 of those are sea days. And so you are using the concierge benefits a lot. Like you're in the lounge all the time. And so you would think that those would be more expensive, but they can actually be more cost effective when you're looking at it from a nightly perspective.